So here's, I think, the most important thing with the data. If you are vaccinated, fully vaccinated, the chance of you getting seriously ill or dying from COVID is effectively zero. If you look at the people that are being admitted to hospitals, over 95% of them are either not fully vaccinated or not vaccinated at all. And so these vaccines are saving lives. They are reducing mortality. Mortality in nursing homes since we rolled out the vaccines in December is down over 95% due to COVID. Mortality for elderly people since we rolled out the vaccines is down nearly 90%. And so we're proud in Florida that we put seniors first on that because they were the most vulnerable. We have 85% of our seniors that are vaccinated and about 75% of folks over the age of 50. We have no mandate. We've provided information to people, and we've been very honest about any data that comes out. And I can tell you that if you look, you are seeing people that are vaccinated. For whatever reason, some I think can test positive if you're vaccinated, but they don't get seriously ill except maybe rare instances. There's always one-offs on stuff. But I can tell you in Florida, your chance of surviving if you're vaccinated is close to 100%. And so we've worked very hard to get those vaccines into all our elderly communities and give it to other folks. I can tell you that you're going to end up having over 95% of folks that end up seriously ill from this point on are going to be people who are not vaccinated.
Well, you just watched Governor Ron DeSantis make some bold statements in July of 2021 that were patently false. Where was his legitimate common sense scientific method back then? Where was the scientifically valid data that he was using to tell everyone in the state of Florida in that press conference that over 95% of those seriously ill in Florida hospitals were unvaccinated? And where was his legitimate science-based approach when he stated in the same press conference that if you took these vaccines, you had a 100% chance of not getting sick? How about denouncement of those comments, Governor DeSantis? And then in the second part of that clip, he says the vaxxed are sicker. Now, DeSantis made those comments in July of 2021, and then he appointed Dr. Joseph Ladapo on September 21st, 2021. And perhaps Dr. Ladapo has brought the common sense and legitimate science-based information to this discussion, but you're not going to get that from the 7 people that he called to participate in his Public Health Integrity Committee, because those 7 people happen to all be, if you do your due diligence, proponents of the shots. And they will be pushing, I guarantee you, all of you, through the recommendations to the governor and Dr. Ladapo to belly up for your seasonal shots. Don't do it. Let's review a couple of Governor Ron DeSantis' actions that may now come into direct conflict with laws on the books relative to the grand jury that he's called for and to this panel that he just convened. Because earlier this year, let's start with SB 7014. In February, I believe it was, he signed into law an extension of the CDC death protocol of remdesivir and ventilators in the state of Florida. He also extended the state of emergency for COVID in the state of Florida. These are laws that are keeping anyone in this state right now in immediate danger. The other one is SB 2006. That is still live on the books. It says that the state health department in Florida can quarantine, forcibly inject anyone with anything at any time for any reason. So I don't know about you, but I think it's incredibly dangerous considering the fact that we're still in this state of emergency, extending this. So I'm asking, could someone stick a knife in your heart and kill you in a Florida hospital and be completely immune from prosecution? Well, what's the issue, you ask? Let's talk to some people on my social media. For example, someone named Brad Hamilton says, look, let's face the reality. He signed into law forced medical treatment. That's SB 2006. He held 100 press conferences in 2021 promoting the experimental mRNA injections for COVID-19 while never once mentioning safe alternatives like hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. He held press conferences to vax shame people who would not get the shot, saying that the unvaxxed were filling up the hospitals. And he sent this is Brad's words, not mine. He sent injection hit squads to locked down assisted living facilities to inoculate the elderly and bragged about it in press conferences. He extended the liability protection for hospitals using the deadly CDC protocols, which I just mentioned as 7014. And then Tanya in my social media group says, yes, he never got rid of those machines, meaning the internet-connected machines. Never did an audit on 2020 in the state of Florida. Never ended red flag laws. Not a constitutional carry state anymore, and hasn't done one thing about Disney except negotiate with evil. Child sex trafficking is now huge in Florida, and he never talks about it. He pushed the jab so hard. How is he going to hold them accountable when he already signed into law a bill that protects them? How soon people forget. And also, let's not forget that when the hurricane came through, the governor's office is now refusing to rebuild in many locations. Anyway, I just wanted you to know that it's not a clean story, and that what Governor DeSantis is doing now, while laudable, and while many of you are going, yay, is not going to reconcile well with what he did before. Oh, well, Dr.Jane, he came up, he learned, he figured it out. Many people died. Let's have some denouncement. Let's have an apology. In the next segment, we're going to calm down a little bit. We're going to have a little laughter and a little fun and some serious truth in medicine with the one, the only, the founder of myfreedoctor.com, who's probably saved more lives for free than most other frontline doctors out there, the incredible Dr. Ben Marble. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. After end of the year work, obligations, and holiday family fun, it's easy to start the new year stressed and worn out. But start taking Magnesium Breakthrough and start your new year right by taking it every night before you go to bed, because magnesium is critical for restorative sleep and stress reduction. When you take Magnesium Breakthroughs, all 7 critical forms of magnesium, every function in your body is improved. For an exclusive offer for my viewers, go to magbreakthrough.com/Ruby. In addition to the 10% discount, you'll unlock a special gift with purchase for a limited time only. So go to magbreakthrough.com/Ruby and get your gift now. Happy holidays.